guys, welcome back to Linda's Pantry. So this afternoon I'm going to make my first try at instant rice, and I'm going to do it in the solar oven and my dehydrator. So making meals simpler is what it's all about, especially if we had a situation where you didn't have a lot of time to spend or wait for stuff. So I'm going to make my own instant rice and see how it works out. And I thought I'd bring you along for the ride because you never know who hasn't done this or who hadn't thought of it. So somebody thought of it because we buy it, right? So let's go do this, and I hope you enjoy it. I hope it brings you back. All right, come on, let's go. Oh, you know what? Don't forget to go to my Facebook page at Linda's Pantry. I just started it a little bit ago, and it's really starting to take off, and so that way you can go and watch whatever videos you want as I post them. I'm going to try to make time to post recipes and stuff like that, so it'll be a fun ride. So stop by and like my page. All right. Thank you. So finally we get to do this. I'm so excited for you guys to come along and see how this works. What I've got in this pan is 3 cups of plain long grain white rice that I have rinsed thoroughly. I want to make sure that I rinse it because I'm going to be using this for meals that need to stay good for a long time, and I just really want everything as clean as possible. So I've got that plain white rice in there. Then I'm going to do just a plain instant rice. I am going to put this out in the solar oven, and it's really early in the morning, so I'm going to go ahead and measure out my water and do it hot. Start it off, get it rolling. And I love this kettle. So that should give us 5 or 6 cups of rice in the end. I'm not going to add any oil. I see something floating there. I'm not going to add any oil to this mix because it won't dehydrate. So there we go. Okay, give that a stir, and that's going to go out in the solar oven. Okay, so there's that one. Get this stuff out of the way. My next rice that I'm going to make is, I'm pretty excited about this one. I'm going to spice it up, okay? So I'm going to use I've got parboiled brown rice. And basically parboiled is doing what I'm doing. You know, it's almost an instant rice. So 1, 2, I didn't want to open a big 25-pound bag of brown rice because I had this laying around. Otherwise, I would have just used regular. So 3 cups of that. I'm trying to see it. Now I'm going to go ahead and use the whole thing. So 3½ cups. Okay. I just have to be mindful of that when I add the liquid. Get all the rice out of there. And I'm excited to spice this one. I'm going to use a teaspoon, maybe 2 teaspoons of my homemade lemon, garlic, rosemary salt, because I'm going to use this rice in a rosemary chicken recipe, and I want the rosemary to stand out. I also need a little bit more garlic, so I'm going to do a teaspoon of my homemade garlic powder. And then we're going to have a good teaspoon of rosemary. I'm just going to break that up in my hand. This is dried rosemary, love it. Some parsley, about a teaspoon of parsley there, and some fresh cracked black pepper. And I've got homemade chicken stock here that is absolutely divine. It is so good. And I'm just going to kind of break that salt up. The salt has the lemon peel in it, and so it wants to stick together a little bit. So, okay. I've got 4 cups of my homemade chicken stock, and it's warmed up. I'm going to go ahead and finish off with water. And that means I need 2.5 cups of water. Okay, so 2.5 cups of water for this one. And it is topped off. I'm going to taste the broth on this just to make sure I've got my seasoning right, because I won't get a second chance for that rice to absorb it. There's really no oil except because I skimmed all the fat off that chicken stock, so just absolutely delicious. So I just want to make sure that this is strong enough chicken flavor. So good. I am going to add a little bit of, just a little, just to make sure it's got a good flavor. I'm going to add about a tablespoon of Knorr's. This is by Knorr. It's a chicken base. There's no MSG. It's gluten-free. It's really a great chicken base concentrate. I keep that on hand. And then, because I'm such a garlic fan, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop a piece of garlic in there to just sit on its own. It'll give it a different layer. It's not going to make it as strong, but it'll give it a little bit different layer of flavor. And I love this. Since this is an experiment, I want to make sure. So I've just cut that big clove in half, and now I'm going to take that out to the solar oven, and I'll bring you out there and let you take a look. All right, so I've got both pans of rice in the solar oven, and that's where that's going to stay for a while. It's still really early in the morning, but I wanted to bring you out and just give you a little glimpse of how gorgeous it is outside. It's just not a cloud in the sky. And there's my celery. Now I'm going to pick that big giant onion today and pull it out of there. It doesn't need to be drinking any more of the water. Potatoes look really good though. And then give you a, I'm being overrun by tomato plants. See my little cabbage hiding in there. It's starting to make a cabbage head. And then, ooh, there's strawberries. Hold on. Delicious. Better pick that. Wow. That one's not quite ready. Tomorrow maybe. Ooh, the bird got that one. Darn it. I guess they're supposed to eat too. So these are finally starting to set fruit. That's a Roma, and it's an heirloom. And then over here I've got a Roma. See some little baby tomatoes in there. That is not an heirloom. It's not as sprawly as that one. And then, I don't know if you can see all the tomatillos that are in here. They're like little Japanese lanterns. Aren't they cool? And then inside that husk, that's the husk. Inside that, the tomatillo forms. And I mean, they're just everywhere in here. It's 2 plants, and I probably only needed 1. But that's okay. Let's see. I'll take you in the garden. I picked beans yesterday, and it looks like, I mean, I've got this whole row here, and then all along the side fence there. And I got 4 pint-and-a-half jars full, and we ate dinner two times off the first picking, so I'm excited. I'm really happy with that. There's my crookneck squash, my very favorite squash in the whole world. It's finally putting some food out. It takes a little longer than zucchini,
but they're so worth waiting for. And then, of course, the zucchini plants over there. And here we go. Here's tomatoes. I mean, they're just massive. And I'm letting them do what tomatoes do naturally. And that is sprawl. I mean, these are heirloom tomatoes. And you can see in there, I've got tomatoes coming on everywhere. I'm just super excited. The tags on all of these are buried down by the base of the tomato plant, so I don't mind. I do a lot of because I can, you know, I do a lot of tomatoes that are going to get big, and you can tell these heirlooms, they really get an odd shape to them. You know, they're not that perfectly round shape that we all want, or I guess we want. I don't, but so this is another heirloom, and it's setting down here. It's setting some fruit. So I'm excited. It's so fun. It's so rewarding to have a beautiful garden that you can feed your family. And I know, oh, I see a zucchini over there. Let's see if I can zoom in. I don't want to get in there, otherwise I get the mulch all over my feet, and then it ends up in on my floor in the house. I don't know if you can see it. There's a 8-ball zucchini in there looking at me going, if you don't pick me. Let's see. Sorry for moving around here. This is a different angle of my yard and on my back patio. It's so rewarding. I'd like to take this garden all the way out to the edge of the lawn. If I could talk my husband into it, it'd be less for him to mow, because it's a big yard to mow. We have an acre, which we're very blessed to have, but we also have a half an acre of landscaping. Ooh, there's a big zucchini in there. I don't know if you can see it. It's a big one. Nice. I'll save that for grading and dehydrating. And then here's the beans. As you can see, we're going to have beans again here in a couple of days. I think by Sunday, I'll be picking beans again. There's a weed. So, yeah, these are just, you know, once these guys get started, they don't quit. So there's a bunch of beans on there. I'll be getting those. Oh, and there's that little cucumber plant right there in my shadow. I've got one on the other side of the crookneck, and neither one of them have flowered yet. So I don't know if we're going to get any of those lemon cucumbers or not, but that's okay. I'll be happy with what I do get. If the garden does what it's promising to do, tomato-wise and green bean-wise, we're going to have a pretty big harvest. And potatoes, and there's another view of the tomatillos. Ooh, I see another strawberry. Hold on. Oh, I'll take that one. Wow, they're so delicious. Let's go over here. You can see my priorities are not on getting a new table or fixing that one, apparently. Beautiful celery. And this, it's starting to, if you can see down in there, starting to get the really heavier stalks are building up in there. And that one that I was just showing you, that's the one that I planted off the bottom of the organic celery I buy at Costco. Some more beans. Picked all those yesterday. Grapevines, trumpet vines, tomatoes. Oh my goodness. It's solid. Solid tomato mass. But the trumpet vine's going really good. And I gotta kind of contain point it in the right direction again and I'm letting it just lay over the top. Horticulture and Homes, when she saw my last garden update, she commented and gave me a tip, and it made a lot of sense. I'm so glad I'm just really blessed that she even commented so to help me out, because I would have probably had a problem. So hopefully this glare isn't too much. That's my big pine tree leaving that shadow. I planted that when we first moved here. Anyway, back there right in front of it, I don't think you can see it, is my little pumpkin and watermelon, and I'll walk out here with you and show you. My new little pear tree. It's still got some pears on it. I don't know how they're turning yellow here. Ooh, they might be ready here pretty quick. Yay. You hear the girls talking. So here's I put a watermelon and a pumpkin. And this pumpkin, it's a little ghost pumpkin. It's got one in there, if you can see it. It's got a baby. So it had about 3, and I pulled the rest. If it puts on some more, I might let them if they look really strong, and this one's doing good. But I just put this out here for the fun of it. Like I said, I'd like to have my, hi girls. Hi. Hi. Oh, she says, weren't you just in here, lady? Hi. Get busy and lay some eggs. Okay. There's another view. Anyway, I guess I'll wait till we're done cooking in the solar oven and bring you back in and let you see what we got out of that oven. Pretty cool. Wouldn't it be cool to have that whole garden space? Let's see. YouTube's going to have to fix the shaky on this. That whole garden space to come all the way out to the edge, to just cut the lawn right down the middle. And still have 2 play areas, one over there for the grandkids. One over there by the weeping crabapple, and over here. That's plenty of lawn. In fact, I wouldn't even mind having the crabapple be in my garden. I would love that. Alright, so I'll bring you back. Okay, so the end result for this segment of the making instant rice. Oh, it smells wonderful. As you can see, I already checked it out outside there. This is the brown rice with the chicken stock and all that, and there's that piece of garlic. We'll take those out of there, and I better have a taste. I better have a taste. Let's see what it tastes like. It smells fabulous. Just want to make sure I got enough rosemary and all that. Mmm. Wow. That's really, really good. That's going to be a great rice dish. Mmm. Yum. So I truly hope this works. And look at that beautiful pot of rice. Mm-hmm. Just fluffy and flaky. Now this was parboiled, but this one wasn't. This one's kind of got a sticky rice consistency. So I'm not sure how that's going to work, but SHTF sushi. I'm kidding. Very good. Okay. So what I'm going to do, it's still kind of warm, but what I'm going to do is go ahead and try to get this down on the dehydrator tray and spread it out. I'm hoping this doesn't stick to my tray too badly as it dries. As sticky as this rice is, which is weird because I really rinsed it good. So. And what I might do, because it's time to make dog food here tomorrow, so I'm just going to do 1 tray of this kind because of how sticky it is. I'm not sure how that's going to come out, and I don't want to fail 6 cups of rice. I'd rather fail 2 cups. How's that? So we'll do that. We'll save the rest of that rice for Sage's dog food, and we'll see how this comes out.
Okay. That is really sticky. I'm gonna grab another tray here. Make sure you can see. Really good. Here, I'll bring it a little closer. This one, see, I can spread this out nice. And part of it might be because some of that starch got cooked off during the parboiling part. I don't know. But I'm going to do the whole thing on this one. And hopefully I didn't waste $1. I don't think I did. I think I'm onto something. Somebody makes instant rice. I buy it for my meals in a jar. And I'm getting ready to do a whole series on those. So you want a pretty thin layer. You don't want to get it too thick. Or it will take forever to dry. And I'm going to look at my dehydrator. I'm not sure what temperature I'm going to put it at. Let's see. All right, so I've got 8 trays of the brown rice with the seasonings and the chicken stock, and I have 1 tray of the white rice because it was kind of sticky, and then I can actually use the rest for Sage's dog food tomorrow. All I have to do is Solar cook some chicken, or I don't know, maybe she's going to have something else. But anyway, I'm going to get this out on the dehydrator. I looked at the settings on my dehydrator, and the closest thing is seeds or nuts. So I'm going to put it at 105 degrees, and we'll see how long it takes, and I'll bring you back when it's all done. All right, so I'm giving you the part of the end result. I'm not completely done, but of the instant rice. And while I had the dehydrator going, I decided I would try my hand at making some quick cook beans to go in my pouches, my meals. And so this was some pinto beans. Anyways, they dehydrated really good. I haven't rehydrated. Oh, I did rehydrate some. And they rehydrate within like 5 minutes. So they rehydrate on their own very fast. And how economical was that? That was less than $1 that cost me for all that. So I'm just going to put this in a jar. And they kind of split apart while they're dehydrating, but oh, man down. Perfect. So, I cook them in my Solar oven, and right now in the Solar oven, I've got a pot of black beans and a big pot of northern white beans as well. So, I think this is a great idea. I think Cat's Cradle, thanks for passing that information on, because this really will make life much easier when and if you have to use some of this stuff, and it's an easy way to store it. So, now getting back to the instant rice. This is the chicken instant rice. So, and you can see it's got some pretty color to it. I think what I'll do is I'll pause you, put the kettle on, and rehydrate some, see how long it takes. So I'll be right back. Okay, so I've got my water going, and I'm going to put it down over the white rice. Kind of stayed in a clump, if you will. And this is the chicken rice. So we'll see how long it takes them to rehydrate, and while I package this up. So you can see how the white rice, it was sticky, and it stayed kind of stuck together. But you can break it up with your hands. I do not believe it's going to be a problem in the rehydration because I can break it up as it's rehydrating. No problem. Ooh, looks like it's already coming back to life here. Very cool. Okay, let me get moving on this in a jar. And I'm going to put it in the big half-gallon jars. And my hands are clean. I really try hard in the kitchen to be extremely sanitary. I'm in a business where we practice sanitation every day, all day long, so I make sure that I do it at home as well. And I like to take these out on parchment. I know I've told you that, but it just makes it easier to move it from one place to another. And a lot of times I will do all this outside. And then I don't have to worry about it. Okay, so there's my jar of chicken and rosemary rice. Beautiful. I'm excited. I can't wait to taste it now. Get this out of the way. I'll put the white rice away after we're done here. Let's get a little bit closer shot and
zoom you in, see what I got. So you can really, somebody said, hold on, let me get you closer. Okay, so what I did, because I'm in a hurry, I have to go to work, is I put it in the microwave for 50 seconds is all it took, because this one was going to boil over. For 50 seconds, and then I drained them. And so now I'm going to taste it. The white rice comes apart really easily, and it has a tiny little bit of a bite still. So I could honestly say that I think for my meals in a pouch, 5 minutes. Isn't that what minute rice wants? Okay, let's taste the brown rice, see how that came out. Yum. Wow, I love that chicken. Same thing, a little bit of a bite. So 5 minutes. They usually leave those pouches for a little bit longer, but what an easy, quick, convenient way to have your own instant rice. And spice it up any way you like. You could have just a variety if you wanted to. And the nice thing is, just like those boxes of rice mixes, they're so bad for you. So I would hope that this is a better option for you. And I've made it easy, planned it all out for you, and got it done. All right, guys, I hope this inspires you to step outside the box. And go by and visit Kat's Cradle. I'll leave a link below. She's got a great video on how to do the beans, and she's got a great channel, so check out all her videos. She's just wonderfully prepared for whatever comes our way. And so anyway, I hope it inspires you to come back. If you like this, give me a thumbs up, and if you really like it, go like me on Facebook at Linda's Pantry. All right, see you next time. God bless.